higher level than usual, and you gain more weight back than you've lost. We've all heard about this problem. We all would like to avoid this problem. How do we do it? We do it by being sure that the food we eat contains adequate protein. Adequate protein means it must contain all of the essential amino acids our body needs on a daily basis, and it must provide adequate levels of protein. And this is what we do with our Formula 1, our high protein formula that assures that our muscular component of the body maintains its integrity so that we can burn the calories we want, lose the weight we want, 1, 2, 3 kilos, as much as we want, and, more important, keep it off as long as we want. Now, here we have this great program. It's a program that can help us feel good. It's a program that can help us feel the best we can possibly feel, help us with our natural healing. In particular, it helps us maintain our muscular component of our body. It helps us lose the weight that we want. How come some people don't seem to have the results that we expect? You get phone calls. I get the same phone calls all the time. Dr. Katzin, I take all of your products and I don't lose my weight. Really? I have always found that when you talk to these people, there's something that they're eating that they're not counting. Classical example was a person that I asked, well, you seem to be following the program. Are you eating anything else? And they said, no, I eat it exactly as it's recommended. I said, are you sure you're not eating anything else? And they said, I'm positive. I said, well, do you eat carbohydrate? They said, well, what's carbohydrate? I said, well, carbohydrate is pasta or potatoes. I don't eat potatoes, pasta. Do you eat rice? No, never eat rice. I said, do you eat bread and butter? And they said, bread? Bread and butter? Bread is a carbohydrate? Well, yes. I have 2 or 3 pieces with every meal, including my shakes. They didn't count that food. Now, it may seem silly, but all of us have little things we don't count. For example, when you go out for dinner and you take a few bites off of other people's plates or a bite of their dessert, does that count? Food that you eat standing up? Of course, that doesn't count. What about food you eat late at night? Does that count? And if it does count it count today or tomorrow? What about food you eat at a birthday party, including the birthday cake? Oh, no, Dr. Katzin, that's celebration food. What about food you eat at the movies? The popcorn, the candies, whatever you eat at the movie theaters. Well, Dr. Katzin, that's part of the entertainment package. Believe me, everything counts. You don't have to stop eating the foods you like. In fact, we encourage people to eat the foods they like. But you've got to count everything, and then you have to cut back. And when you cut back, you'll be surprised how quickly you see results appear. We've also had a different kind of a phone call. Dr. Katzin, I've taken the products exactly as you've recommended, and I lost a bunch of weight on those products. I lost 5 kilos. It was terrific. But suddenly, I can't lose any more. And I promise you, I'm doing the exact same thing. Oh, really? What happens when we really first go on a weight control program? What we first find out is we do everything exactly as recommended. Take the shakes, drink lots of fluid, use the different formulas, take the thermogenics, be more active, and guess what? It works. And we start to lose a few kilos. What happens? All of a sudden, our clothes fit better. People start to tell us we look good. All of a sudden, one day you get on the scale and you notice you've lost a bunch of weight, you're feeling very good about yourself, and you stand there, you're drying yourself off, and you look in the mirror and you go, what's that? Why, that's a rib. I can see my ribs. This is a great day. Let's celebrate. And how do we normally celebrate? We go out and eat. And the moment we start eating more than we're used to, we change the energy balance so that now we are at a plateau and we don't lose weight as well. Now, it's important that you follow the program precisely. The program is a scientific program. Obviously, we realize that if you take a shake and you say, well, you know, I like my shakes a little thicker. maybe I'll add 4 or 5 more spoons of the powder. And you know something? It's chocolatey, but it's not chocolatey enough. Let me put a couple of big squeezes of chocolate syrup in. And you know, the texture is good, but you know, I'm used to a different kind of shake. Maybe I'll just put 2 or 3 scoops of ice cream in. Obviously, you would expect people not to lose weight. Why? Because the shake wasn't made with the low-calorie profile that it was designed. We're taking in too many calories. But there's another way that people often think they can beat the system, and they end up losing. And what they think is, if some is good, then less is better. And if it says make the shakes with about 25 grams of powder twice a day, they say, I know what I'll do. I'll use a little tiny teaspoonful, and I'll take it twice a day. And so if 25 grams would help me lose weight, imagine how much weight I'll lose when I take a little tiny bit of powder. But what happens when they don't take what's recommended? They don't get the fullness, they don't get the nutrition, they don't get what's recommended scientifically. And what happens? A couple of hours later, they start to get hungry. And they get very hungry. Naturally, they get hungry. Why? Because they haven't taken the shake according to directions, and they're not getting the complete balanced nutrition that they need for that meal. And little by little, they get hungrier and hungrier until it becomes overwhelming. And what do people do? They run downstairs to the candy machine, throw a couple quick candy bars in their mouth, feel much better right away, get their blood sugar up, but it didn't really count. It was kind of a snack. The key is, this is a scientific program. When you follow the program, when you cut back, when you use the various formulas of vitamins and minerals, when you keep your feeling of energy high, you will get the results that you want every time you want, whether you're young, old, whether you're in this country or anywhere around the world. You know, when I joined Herbalife, we're only in 4 countries. Today we're in 37 countries. We're over a $1.5 billion company. And this comes from the success of our nutritional products. Now, we're at a really interesting point as we reach the end of the millennium. You know, as I said in the beginning, are we really getting our dollars worth out of the money we're spending on our health care? And I say no, but I'm not the only one saying no. More and more people are saying no because they realize medicine is great when you have an emergency condition. But if you're feeling good and you're interested in long life, in good health, in feeling and looking as good as you can, it's going to take something more than medication. It's going to take good nutrition, the best nutrition. And people are turning more towards natural nutrition, towards herbs, towards vitamins and minerals, towards balanced proteins, towards a balanced diet with proper weight control as a means of feeling as good as they possibly can. And as we approach the millennium, and people are asking more and more for this kind of natural medicine, for this kind of natural food with its good nutritional levels, with its cellular level nutrition of herbs and micronutrients, there is one company that has dominated the last part of this century and that is poised to dominate the future of the next millennium, and that company is Herbalife. Thank you all very much. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Enjoy the products. We'll see you again soon.